Don't let last year define who you are this year. Start new. Start fresh.
You know I can't work out during Ramadan. I get headaches.
This is Cal.
This is Mo, my best friend. He's a doctor. Did I mention he's a single doctor?
Do not jinx this thing that isn't even a thing.
So you are interested?
I'm not saying that.
How often are you two breaking fast?
I don't know, like every night?
Every night?
You mean to tell me your immigrant mother would allow you to be like this and have no opinion about it?
My immigrant mother is nothing like what you see on TV.
What I know is that a gay Arab Muslim guy in WeHo probably knows what it's like to have people make assumptions about him.
Okay, so welcome to Queerguru TV and congratulations on Breaking Fast, your new film which is now playing the virtual film festival circuit and which we totally love. So can we start with you telling us about the film without giving it all away?
Ooh, I'll try. First of all, thank you so much for having me. And Roger, thank you for how kind you've been throughout this whole process. So I really appreciate you. Breaking Fast is a romantic comedy set during the backdrop of the holy month of Ramadan, which is a month of fasting for Muslims, where we meet our main character, Mo, who is reeling from heartbreak. And he is forced to go to his best friend's birthday party. He meets someone who piques his interest, and what unfolds is 30 nights of breaking fast together in a slow sort of burn of getting to know somebody on a really profound level and falling in love or not. You'll have to wait till the end to see.
Mm-hmm. So, Mike, is this your story?
It's not my story. It's not my autobiographical story,
Yeah.
but it's certainly based in a lot of truth that I've experienced, but not just from the character of Mo, but from all of the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Things that have happened to Cal have happened to me. Things that have happened to Sam have happened to me and a lot of my friends. I think ultimately it's a story that represents the world that I come from and so many of my friends come from, but we don't ever get to see because you don't really ever get to see the intersectionality of being gay and being Muslim in this kind of positive light.
So, Mike, you made this as a short before you developed it into a feature-length film. Can you tell us about that journey?
Yeah, so the short came about because a friend of mine, a writer friend of mine, asked me who I felt best represented me in film and TV. And the reality is I couldn't think of anyone. Mm-hmm. And he said, you know, you should write your story. And I had never really written anything or even considered it. And I heeded his advice, and the story sort of poured out of me. And once we were accepted into Cannes, we sort of knew that there was something special there. And then shortly thereafter, we started developing what the feature-length version of the film would look like. And 5 years later, here we are.
The interesting thing is something that I was going to talk to you about was that every film I see with a gay Muslim in it is usually about a refugee story. There's very few or none stories like yours. Why?
I think when you speak of ethnic homosexuality, it's very taboo. Mm-hmm. I think when you speak of homosexuality from a religious or spiritual standpoint, those things tend to be in conflict. But I also know from life experience that there is a substantial amount of people who have found comfort in the complementary nature of those two things, those two identities. And so I think it's easier to make the story that is dramatic, and it's a little harder to make the story that's maybe a little more real to life. Although the struggle is real too, you know. It's the struggle is real for people too. Yeah. So I don't want to diminish that struggle. It's it exists for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about your casting process. You had a brilliant cast, including Mo, who had a breakthrough role in The Visitor.
Yeah.
And he's quite something. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name because I'll make a fool of myself.
Yeah, it's okay. His name is Haas Slayman.
Yeah. So how did you go about casting him?
I've known Haas for a long time. You know, he lived in my hometown for a while. We didn't know each other then. He's a little older than me, but we won't tell him that. And fun fact, in the short version of Breaking Fast, the boyfriend Hassan had one scene, and it was eventually cut, but Haas played Hassan in the short.
Oh, because I looked in your credits to see if you carried anybody through. Oh, that's interesting. It was a great performance.
But in the end, you know, listen, Haas has had a wonderful career, and he's done a lot of really high profile projects.
Yeah.
And I think what drew him mostly to this script was it was a script that felt for the first time like he was able to do things that felt like him.
Yeah.
He was able to have relationships with people that felt like the relationships that come from his life.
You were a producer, one of the producers of a TV series, An American Muslim, back in 2012. Is the plight of Muslims a special concern for you?
You know, I would say not only the plight, but the experience of and the innocuous life of Muslims, Muslim Americans, Arab American Muslims is a huge concern of mine. It's a huge part of my life because it's the life that I live. I also think that I wish people could see my life. I grew up in Dearborn, Michigan, where the intersectionality of Arab and America merge mellifluously, and I think a lot of what you see in the media is a very one-sided, or sort of, it's like a 10% part of the whole. And I think I'm just trying to fill out the pie a little bit more with other kinds of experiences.
Good. You've just screened at Wicked Queer in Boston, one of our favorite festivals, and I know you're in the Outshine in Miami.
Yeah.
So what else? Where we see you streaming?
Vancouver, Austin. We screened earlier this year at Frameline.
Yes.
We are. I don't think I can. When will this air? I don't.
Soon.
Can I?
I don't know when it's going to air. Don't worry. The easiest way to answer your question is to go to breakingfastthefilm.com and just and see the list of festivals where we're screening. And I keep telling people when we write, the upside of the film festivals going virtual is that anyone globally can see the film. So
sometimes
you don't have to be Boston. It varies, but you don't have to be in the city. So we're doing the circuit. What's next for the film after this?
In the next few weeks, we'll be able to make a very special announcement.
Okay, that's good.
And then I hope that those who weren't able to see the film in the festival circuit will get to see it wherever they are.
Okay. And what's next for you? Do you have anything planned now already?
Yeah, I just putting the final touches on my next feature. It's a big departure from Breaking Fast, but it's a story that I'm especially proud of. And I am also working on a musical.
So you've got the bug for directing now?
Oh, yeah. I've had that bug for a long time. I love, you know what? I'm going to say this out loud, Roger. I love actors. I love working with actors.
Yeah. Have you got another short coming out soon?
Wicked Queer featured another short that I produced with my team of producers called Ubuntu. Yes.
So we'll see that on the circuit soon as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, it's great talking to you. We always love a love story anyway.
Yes. Especially right now, right?
Yeah. And especially right now, an intersectional one. It's very good. Thank you for talking to us.
Roger, thank you so much. And thank you for being such an advocate for this film. It really means the world to us.
What I know is that a gay Arab Muslim guy in WeHo probably knows what it's like to have people make assumptions about him.
You've been dealing with all of this alone?
be open. Be honest.
I'm scared.